Setting jap. Kita ready go live je.
Tu, wakil investor ada tu. Bang. Presenter tu, investor tu kena buat rumah sewa apa ke.
InsyaAllah.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Lebih dahulu kita mulakan majlis kita dengan membaca kitab Al-Fatihah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin maliki yaumiddin. Ya kana na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in ihdinas siratal mustaqim siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Okey, alhamdulillah kita dah melangkah ke minggu terakhir membelah buku The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Kita dah merobek buku ni sebanyak 75% dan sekarang ni kita di 25% yang terakhir. Dan mungkin sebelum kita mulakan, mungkin Alung sebagai pembuka bicara, mungkin sepatah dua kata sebelum kita mulakan sesi.
Okay, Assalamualaikum semua. Terima kasih sebab join kita punya week 4 untuk bedah buku. Alhamdulillah lah kita yang join kat sini ataupun join dekat live. Terima kasih join. InsyaAllah semoga bedah buku kita ni dapat memberi manfaat kepada kita semua. InsyaAllah sama-sama kan. Majlis ilmu ni malaikat pun memayungi lah. Dan objektif kita kan sekali lagi nak highlight. Kita nak empower family kita ni supaya sama-sama kita dapat ilmu daripada majlis ni, daripada buku ni, dan kita sama-sama dapat discuss kan apa thoughts, apa persoalan kan kita nak berjaya sama-sama insyaAllah dalam family dan dunia dan akhirat insyaAllah. Dan kita juga organize ni untuk empower lah each one of us nak jadi the best version of ourselves dengan nak bagi contoh kepada family kita yang lain juga, future generation, anak-anak kan, cucu. So insyaAllah kita jadikan program ni lah dan insyaAllah lah sama-sama kita ikhlaskan niat untuk dalami majlis ilmu ni dan insyaAllah kita ada session-session menarik lagi. Next week kita akan announce nanti. Allah alam. Terima kasih Madam.
Okay, terima kasih Alung. Okay, tanpa buang masa bagi saya share screen dan kita akan mulakan sesi kita. Okay. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Kita dah berada di minggu keempat dan alhamdulillah kita sebagai keluarga sebenarnya kita telah melangkah ke satu orang kata satu perkara yang kebanyakan keluarga jarang buat ataupun masih belum buat, tapi berdasarkan kepada tinjauan saya, memang apa yang kita buat ni adalah satu perkara yang saya boleh kata a breakthrough in a family punya activities lah, iaitu membelah buku bersama-sama. Okay? Okay. Sekadar taking the words of Stephen Covey, effective people are not problem-minded. They are opportunity-minded. They fit opportunities and staff problems. Okay, I think that's quite straightforward. So it means that you can be thinking of problem, or you can be thinking that every problem is an opportunity for us to grab. So that actually define an effective people. Kita akan melalui bahagian terakhir part 3, public victory. Kita akan masuk ke part 4, the renewal, dan insyaAllah kita mungkin akan tutuplah sesi belah buku kita berkaitan dengan Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Okay. As mentioned before, kita masih lagi dalam part 3 public victory, dan sekarang ni we are going into the last part of habit 6, Synergize. Okay, habit 6, the habit of creative cooperation. Perkataan Synergize tu bermaksud kita mengembeling semua tenaga ataupun semua idea. So itu adalah sikap bekerjasama, dan apa yang kita nak capai dalam habit 6 ni adalah the habit of creative cooperation. Kita akan bekerjasama secara kreatif. What does it mean? Synergy is the highest activity in all life, the true test and manifestation of all other habits put together. Maksudnya secara mutamatnya, sinergi ni sebenarnya menggunakan segala kelebihan, kebolehan dan mengambil the best element of all things untuk disatukan. Synergy is the asset of principle-centered leadership. Ingat, last week kita belajar tentang center-based principle, dan dalam tu ada banyak perkara yang kita rangkumi, dan sinergi ni is taking the best of all that element and fully utilize all element at its best for the benefit of everybody. Okay? Synergy means that the whole is greater than the sum of its part. Maksudnya, mengambil kerangkuman semua adalah lebih baik daripada hanya mengambil sebahagian daripada bahagian-bahagian yang kita ada. So ini adalah penting dalam sinergi. Kita akan belajar, kita akan tengok lebih lanjut dalam part ni Okay. Family life provides many opportunities to observe energy and to practice it. Okay. Even Stephen Covey put very clearly, family life provides many opportunities to observe energy and to practice it. I think Alhamdulillah, I think this is what we are doing. We are using our family capabilities and opportunities, and we get together on Sunday morning discussing about the books. And this is something yang sebenarnya is not easy to be done, even in our nucleus family. But then Alhamdulillah, we have done quite a tremendous effort, and I think Stephen Covey says that the best practice is actually you practice it in your family. The essence of synergy is to value differences, to respect them, to build on strength, to compensate for weaknesses. What does it mean? Synergy menghargai perbezaan antara satu sama lain. Kita gunakan kekuatan yang ada pada setiap kita untuk menutup ataupun mengimbangi kelemahan yang ada pada setiap individu ataupun organisasi tersebut. Okey. Okay. How can I work with others to find creative solutions? In the words of Stephen Covey, valuing the differences is the essence of energy, the mental, the emotional, the psychological differences between people. And the key to valuing those differences is to realize that all people see the world not as it is, but as they are. Means that setiap daripada kita melihat dunia atau melihat setiap perkara itu berdasarkan kepada apa yang dipandang oleh orang tersebut, bukan seperti bagaimana yang perlu dipandang, tetapi sebagaimana dia rasa perlu dipandang. Itu apa yang Stephen Covey kata. Okay? Habit 6, you work with others to come up with solutions to problems or create opportunities that are better than what you could have come up with on your own. Means that kita bersama memikirkan cara yang terbaik untuk menyelesaikan masalah tersebut. Berbanding kalau kita seorang-seorang fikir nak selesaikan masalah tu, mungkin pilihan kita tepat, tetapi tidak bukanlah yang terbaik untuk menyelesaikan masalah yang kita fikirkan perlu diselesaikan atau cara kita nak selesaikan. Okay? Taking the words of Helen Keller, alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much. Betul? Mungkin kalau seorang-seorang macam Abang Azam nak buat benda ni, kalau seorang-seorang mungkin Abang Azam tak dapat sambutan daripada family. So maksudnya kita perlu bersama dengan family untuk mendapatkan kumpulan yang berminat tentang perkara ni dan juga nak tengok apa respon dia orang. So Abang Azam tak boleh nak seorang-seorang buat macam fikir, ni aku buat macam ni lah. Ni mesti dah baik lah ni. Tak juga. Dia sebenarnya perlukan a group of people and we can do so many things. As what we do. Alhamdulillah, we go already 4 weeks membelah buku. Tak pernah terfikir Abang Azam kita akan melalui benda ni. Tapi sebenarnya kita melalui fasa-fasa yang Abang Azam rasa is a learning step for me and also something that I look forward actually to do more. A common paradigm person. Let's compromise. Maksudnya kita betul lah ansur. Okay, that's the easiest part. Kita nak everybody happy. But does not mean everybody will get win-win situation. That's common paradigm. Highly effective paradigm, people, let's come up with a better way together. So maksudnya, a highly effective paradigm will gather all resources, all ideas, and discuss to find the better way, the best way that everybody can win-win and also to resolve the issue at the same time. Okay. Now we go into what are the highly effective practices that we need to do in practicing our habit 6 Synergize. Number 1, value differences. Menghargai perbezaan. Agree to disagree. Itu penting for this habit. Seek third alternative. This is very interesting. We're going to be venturing further in this. Okay? Before I go into the first practices, maybe anybody would like to respond ataupun to give your opinion on what we have gone so far.
Peribahasa apa? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Banyaklah wording-wording kan.
Betul.
Contoh yang apa? Yang alone we can do so little kan.
Betul.
Together we can do so much. Ada satu saya pun tak ingat siapa sebut kita. You want to go fast, you go alone.
Betul.
You want to go far,
you go together.
you want to go far, you have to go together.
Betul.
Maksudnya kita nak pergi jauh. Memanglah kita bawa seorang ni macam senang, cepat.
Betul.
Macam kita kata kita ada speedboat lah. Start pun. Maknanya mungkin benda tu kalau kat depan 100 meter kita boleh corner kan.
Betul.
Tapi kalau kita bawa kapal besar, kita membawa kapal besar, big organization, big family, big nation, nak corner tu kapal tu kan, mungkin mengambil masa 10 kilo kena corner lah.
Betul. Betul.
Kan? Maksudnya orang yang bawa big ocean dia lagi wise lah. Planning dia kena lagi ke hadapan. They have multiple strategy, multiple choices. Sebab apa dia nak bawa kapal besar kan? Sebab tu kalau dalam CEO punya selection tu dia ukur tu. How big your company, how big your staff, how big your turnover, what's you punya system kan? You punya values, all those lah. Sebab dia nak pergi jauh kan. Macam tu lah kita kan.
Betul.
Kemudian hadis kan. Yadullah ma jamaah. Kan. Tangan Allah ataupun pertolongan Allah bersama orang yang bergerak berkumpulan. Dan tangan Allah ataupun tangan tu maksud satu benda fizik, benda ambilan fizikal lah kan. Allah bukan ada tangan kan. Itu maksudnya pertolongan Allah kan bersama orang kerja berkumpulan. Kemudian seorang-seorang ni ada kan banyak ada dia juga yang segera akan menangkap kambing yang terpisah seorang-seorang tu kan. Saya tak pasti ni kata-kata hadis ulama sebenarnya saya tak pasti ni kan. Boleh check lah, pakar kita boleh check lah. Kemudian jadi satu lagi seorang-seorang ni dia senang dirasuk syaitan kan. Tu ayat Quran kan. Kita berseorangan ni memang senang dirasuk syaitan kan. Itu kalau kita nak tengok di segi Islamik punya ni lah, dan saya rasa tak lari jauh lah daripada apa yang Stephen Covey tuliskan. Allah Allah.
Betul, terima kasih Pakcik. Betul. Saya rasa Pakcik dah kaitkan dengan banyak perkara, dan I fully agree. A ship, in order to go right, it takes kilometers away to start steering the wheel, just to get to go right for another few kilometers. Tu betul. So means that in our life pun sama juga. I think that's why when we talk in that way, the end in mind. That's why it started off with the end in mind in private victory. But in order to do that, these are the habits or the action need to be taken in order for you to achieve your goal. I think this is where we have to think. We have to find ways in order to achieve what we want. Terima kasih Pakcik. I think you have summarized quite well on putting that context. Okay. Alright. Synergy, the bonus that is achieved when things work together harmoniously. Mark Twain. I think this is dia banyak baca buku dia, but I think he have summarized synergy very well, and I think the picture shows that how ants actually work together, although they are small, but I think they created in a very harmonious example of how things can be done well together despite the size. Okay. Now we are going into the first practices, value differences. When you work effectively with others, you welcome and celebrate the differences other people bring to the group. Maksudnya, when we start a discussion, I think all of us face that. I mean, those yang belajar, when you do assignment, you have so many people having different ideas. Walaupun group tu ada 4-5 orang, but there's so many ideas. There's so many ways you look at things. And in working, we go for meeting. There's always people have different ideas on how to say, or different understanding. So this is where we welcome and celebrate the differences. We listen first, and we probably try to understand the context that they are trying to do. You look for and gain from everyone's strength. Maksudnya, for every opinion or differences given by others, look what are the strengths that be presented by the person. Is there any opportunity for us to capitalize the strength for the benefit of the objective that we are going together? Synergy is when you work with others and get result that is greater than the sum of the parts. Again, I think this is a repetition. We want the best of all, and we do not want only to use the best of part of the group. We want to capitalize all the greatness, all the strength that we have in a group. Dalam kumpulan tu, semua kelebihan dan keupayaan yang ada perlu digunakan bersama untuk kejayaan bersama. You can feel the energy shift when you are synergizing. Itu penting sebenarnya. Kita sebenarnya tak reserve our power, our energy. We bring out the best of ourselves. We put on the table. Let people see, what can we offer into the table. I mean, I think this is very important kepada kita. I think we have a lot of introvert feeling that kadang-kadang kita tak nak put on the table because kita rasa macam taklah, dia mesti lagi hebat daripada kita, dia mesti tahu lagi apa kita nak buat. Which sometimes I think you will never know if you never put the best of you into the effort together, and probably it's actually gonna be bringing more benefit ataupun kebaikan if you also put your best in that particular effort.
Ya,
Ya, saya.
Pak sharing idea ni. Nak tanya, I got the problem. Dululah. Bila meeting, idea tu tak keluar.
Okay.
Tapi bila lepas tu pergi minum teh, pergi the same group kan. Pergi kedai
I see.
mamak, macam-macam idea keluar.
I see.
Macam ada satu mesyuarat, tingkap pula satu.
Betul?
Itu kalau dari segi proaktif lah.
Betul.
Kan? Yang negatifnya, masa tu lah pergi kutuk bos dalam meeting tadi kan.
Betul. Selalu jadi.
Boleh bagi elaborate sikit lah. Why this thing happen?
Okay. Okay, Pakcik, thank you very much. I think benda tu common. Memang berlaku kepada saya pun. But then I think what I realise is ni sebenarnya kadang-kadang what happen is actually because kita bila baru masuk meeting tu, kita baru nak comfortable with the meeting, and we sometimes do not feel the directive where we want to go. What I would suggest, which is I think that's my personal take and effort, is actually sebenarnya before you want to do something or you want to go into the meeting, why not you start talking with others? Sebab if you realise, Pakcik, when you go for that meeting, kadang-kadang macam Pakcik kata, idea tu tak keluar sebab duduk tengah fikir lagi, ataupun benda tu ada cuma dia tak sampai sebab kita masih lagi adjusting ourselves to the meeting. So what I would do personally for me normally is actually I will start talking to others. I mean, for whatever reason, if you go for a meeting, you already know that you go for a meeting another 1 or 2 days, right? So I think what we should do sometimes actually to talk with others so that it become a rehearsal of that meeting. You will start talking to somebody, and then that idea will start popping up, and then ni kalau athlete dia kata you pick at the right time. So kadang-kadang kita pun as individual pun kita kena pick at the right time. Means that kita kadang-kadang tak terus kita nak pick on that moment. So I think what I would suggest actually you have a small discussion with other people. Macam Pakcik tadi kata lah, when you go for meeting, tak keluar apa ni, tapi pi mengetik ke, pi kena isap rokok ke, keluar idea macam patutnya macam ni, pap. So I think why don't you translate the small talk before the big event or the meeting itself. Do the small talk before. Try to get a few people that related to that particular meeting or what. Sembang dulu, Pakcik. Because if you notice, we are very comfortable in small talk. But when we go to a big discussion, we sometimes so inferior, macam Along tulis tu. We are so inferior, atau Fadli tulis tadi. We are so inferior that we sometimes do not express up. So I think we have to warm up lah. Kena do small talk tu, Pakcik. I mean, that's my suggestion.
Saya nak share sikit.
Ya.
Particular apa ni pertaining to this. Saya orang putih sikit.
Boleh Pakcik. Boleh Pakcik. Jangan reserve Pakcik. Masa ni jangan reserve Pakcik. Silakan.
Dah pasal saya tak English tak pas tu, dia duk mimpi sampai sekarang ni, duk exam English tak pas tu.
Yang tu the experience that mature je, Pakcik. It's okay. Lah ni kita we go for English awak.
Mind kita ni ada dua.
Ya.
Otak kanan, otak kiri.
Betul.
Jadi we have to activate and hidupkan dua-dua ni.
Betul.
Nanti kita tak perasan. Sebab tu boleh search Google. Dia ada right brain and left brain.
Correct.
Okay. Jadi kita kena hidup kan. Jadi Pakcik tak nak elaborate tu, cari tajuk ni very important. Dia punya kata kunci dia otak kanan ni dia banyak kepada visualization.
Betul.
Banyak kepada dreaming.
Betul.
Banyak kepada visioning, banyak benda futuristik. Kalau dalam Islam kita sebut ini adalah dalam sektor ruh. Kan? Sektor ruh. Benda-benda gaib. Satu orang art ni dia boleh lukis tu, kalau kita tengok macam serabut dia kan. Tapi dia boleh cerita 1000 pictures dia kan.
Betul.
Okay. Jadi left brain adalah technicalities, computerization,
Betul?
ongoing punya task.
Betul.
Jadi kita ni dah dilatih untuk lihat left brain,
Betul?
engineers,
Yeah.
orang technical, dan banyak kita buat ni, kita utilize maybe 95% of the left brain.
Betul?
5%. Jadi kita balance kan. More you go managerial, more to go to the leadership, you akan dapat balance.
Betul.
Dia tak boleh kalau right brain sangat pun dia tak boleh buat apa juga kan. Dia duk meratik lah. Yang duk meratik saya tu dia over the right brain lah kan.
Betul.
Dia maksudnya the visionary by the right brain, and then dia be support dia have to transform to the left brain to realization and put on action. That's doing by the left brain. Jadi kita ni akan datang daripada bawah, daripada technical and daripada buat kan. Jadi dia mula daripada bawah lah. Lepas tu dia naik kan. Manager level dia maybe 30-70. 30 is otak kanan. Bila leader, the best leader maybe 70-30 kan. Jadi ini maksudnya everybody can go to the internet, look the function of the left and right brain. Satu lagi dia sebut conscious and subconscious mind.
Correct.
Same. Ni guru lain cakap lah.
Ha.
Mana subconscious mind ni yang right brain ni. Mana minda bawah sedar. Kan? Dreaming, doa. Kan? Conscious mind apa kita buat? Yang buat tadi ni bila dah lama ada masalah duk ngutuk orang. Masuk meeting ngutuk orang.
Betul?
idea tak keluar. Dia duk carilah dia punya ada jumpa lah benda ni. Kan? How to contribute in the meeting kan? Kan? Satu tadi ni macam Sabar Fadli sebut, kita rasa rendah diri, itu satu lah. Itu brought up kita kan. Banyak orang dia masuk meeting cakap, dia cakap apa ni 70% daripada bos cakap, ada juga.
Ada.
Bukan tak ada kan. Tapi nak balance all this, kita nak tahu function ni, dan insyaAllah the conscious and subconscious mind is very powerful tools. It's a very powerful tools yang kita kena belajar, yang mana dia sangat berguna dalam apa yang kita yang so-called success yang kita nak buat, insyaallah. Terima kasih.
Betul Pakcik. I think Pakcik, I think you have also summarized what we have gone through last week sebenarnya, where we say that the right brain is the leadership part, betul, and the left brain is actually the management side. And where I think this is where habit 6 is about synergizing that, the right and the left brain, betul Pakcik. And this is actually come with the practice, and this is come also with a lifelong experience of looking at things at many ways, getting the bigger picture, synergize all the opinions, and get out the best of all differences that we have. That is actually a very strong left brain that will be passed to, the right brain that will pass to the left brain. Alright, and macam kita buat sekarang ni, we feel very excited, to share things. Slowly we have opinions, and this is actually the excitement that we want to actually trigger. Synergy is what happens when 1 + 1 = 10, or 100, or even 1,000. It's about the passion, the energy, the ingenuity, the excitement of creating a new reality that is far better than the old reality. That's the word of Stephen Covey. Means that we take all differences, we add all the best thing of all differences, and inshallah we get not only 1 + 1 to 10, but we could be getting 1 + 1 even 1,000. Okay. Seek third alternative. Okay. The path to synergy. If you see this illustration, okay, clarify in the end mind. This is your right brain. Then you do seek first to understand, then to be understood. I think this is habit 5 and 6. This is where you see the value differences appearing in the discussion or the ideas that you are getting. But it's very important, be willing to explore alternatives. So as you can see, we look at all these options that we have, and you will see that now we are merging all these different, the best of all these differences to another alternative that will create what we call as the third alternative. Okay, let us go into further about this. When you are effective, you seek third alternative. Means that everybody will have their own way or their own opinion of solving the problem. But you need to synergize all these differences, resolving issues, taking the best of it, find the third alternative or the third way that is actually the best outcome to solve the problem. Remember, not my way or your way, okay? But better ideas and solutions that you come up with together means that we hear other people's ideas and solutions. We take our idea and solution into that other people's idea and solution. We merge that and see what is the best outcome that we can get for the benefit of the group or the objective. Practice seeking a third alternative. Keep on thinking, okay, hey, what is the best way to solve problem? As we learned last week, seek first to understand and then to practice. That is actually an option for you to go and find the alternative. Okay, how do we practice that? Okay, remember, start off with what is the end in mind. What is the objective that we want to achieve? What are everyone's win? Remember, tadi kita discuss, the solution or the way forward must be benefiting everybody. Everybody must be in the win-win situation. What are the alternatives, option, and wild ideas? Okay, this is very interesting. It's interesting, eh? Sometimes we always look for practical ideas, and sometimes the best ideas are the wild ideas. Contoh, zaman hijrah Rasulullah bersama sahabat ke Madinah. Betul kan kalau saya salah? Salah seorang sahabat yang kaya, nama dia Abdul Rahman bin Auf, tak silap saya. Dia telah meninggalkan segala harta dia di Mekah. Dan dia pergi dengan meninggalkan segala kekayaan dia. Dia memang orang kaya. Dia memang orang kaya. Okay? Dan orang-orang Madinah menerima dia orang dengan hati terbuka dan memberi segala bantuan yang diperlukan untuk orang-orang Mekah ni settle down di Madinah. Tapi apa yang dipinta oleh Abdul Rahman adalah dia kata, berikan aku unta untuk dijual. Apabila dia jual unta tu, apa yang dia buat adalah dia jual unta tu tapi dia tak jual tali. Dia jual unta tu, dia kata okey, nak beli unta boleh, dia jual unta tu. Lepas tu cakap, macam mana nak bawa unta ni? Saya ada jual tali. So dia jual tali tu. What the point that I'm trying to send is actually the idea of selling tali as the complementary items of selling the camel. So maksudnya, for me, I would take that as a wild idea. Maksudnya, dia buat duit atas tali yang dijual. Maksudnya, that is the profit that he's getting by selling tali. There's a need. But people don't realize it until you don't have it. So I think that is actually an example of a wild idea. You give, you do a common thing, but then you get a wild idea just actually to find, if we do this wild idea, we might be, having a better way of making money. Like macam Asia in 2002-2003, selling tickets through online. Selalu cakap, mana boleh nak beli tiket kena pergi ke travel agent, baru boleh beli tiket. Tak, dia kata no. We cut travel agent, tak payah bayar fees. Kita develop online and we get more profit out of that. That's how AirAsia do a wild idea during when everybody still struggling to get an internet connection.
Ataupun sekarang ni antara word dia panggil out of box lah.
Think out of box, correct.
Jadi masa tu maksudnya orang tak buat lagi idea tu. Yang dia jual tali tu kan. Sebab orang jual unta orang dah buat dah.
Betul.
Maknanya not much you can compete the price lah.
Correct.
Not much. Tapi idea jual tali ni macam isu handphone lah. Ada handphone berharga 1 juta dekat Arab.
Betul.
Dia punya emas, it made from gold.
Betul.
Kan?
Tapi mungkin harga emas tu pun tak seberapa bila timbang. Sebenarnya you pay for the workmanship tu sebenarnya. I mean that's another wild idea. Betul, contoh macam gold bar lah kan. Kita duk beli gold bar, kalau beli biasa tak ada design, tak ada apa, harga emas dia sama je dengan harga emas kan. Tapi because ada ukir-ukir bunga raya lah apa kan, you pay for that workmanship and it become a collector's item. That's also another wild idea. How everybody selling gold, but how can we make the gold more valuable? We do some design. So that's what we call the third alternative lah, the wild ideas. Okay. I think I open to the audience because actually this is the last part of Habit 6. This is where the idea of seeking third alternative is all about. Maybe ada yang mungkin nak chip in. Kita ada Nisa sebenarnya. Tak pernah dengar suara Nisa lagi.
Nisa dengar suara ni, tengok muka lagi. Lama tak jumpa kat Nisa ni.
Assalamualaikum. Boleh nampak.
Kat dapur, sorry.
Tak apa.
Nisa kat dapur.
Okey. Tak apa. Sambil mendengar. Terima kasih.
Pandang hitam ke?
Idok le. Kemas-kemas dia ni.
Salam Umi.
InsyaAllah.
Okay, mungkin ada yang lain nak chip in. Maybe you have opinion ataupun ada persoalan ke nak ditanya tentang our topik hari ni ataupun the past topic.
Minta semua masuk lah sebab I think this the thing that yang kita terlepas pandang. Kan? Sayang lah. Kan? Kita ada masing-masing strength, masing-masing hebat. Kan? Tapi masing-masing duduk kat rumah masing-masing kan?
Betul.
It's embedded. And this is embedded in every houses.
Betul.
Kan? Sebab apa? Synergy ni dia lah memanglah dia tengok kalau dari segi roh maksudnya hadis tu yadullah ma jamaah ni. Ui, masya-Allah. Kan? Sebab apa? Nak mengamalkan sunnah ni memang susah. Satu Rasulullah keluarkan benda tu.
Betul?
Susah. Nak buat sunnah ni susah. Walaupun tengok macam senang ya kan?
Betul.
Kan? Contoh sembahyang duha kan? Allah 2 rakaat. Tapi nak buat sembahyang duha tu lah, kalau tak rasa susah apa tak buat lah. Mungkin baru susah betul baru nak buat. Lepas tu Allah bagi sesuatu susah. Baru ingat kat dia kan?
Betul.
Kan? Benda senang kan? Jadi balik pada sinergi ni, insya-Allah lah. I think within kita ni, macam-macam dah ada ni.
Betul.
Kan? Kan? Tapi sebab sinergi ni ada satu benda yang memang susah. Sebab dia is a challenge ourselves.
Betul.
Kan? Actually it's a challenging ourselves. And then challenging the ego.
Betul.
Kan? Challenging our pride. Sebab bila nak kerja sama dengan orang, kita kena ada masa kita win, ada masa kita lose. Ada masa kena kutuk, ada masa kita boleh kutuk orang.
Betul.
Ini kalau setengah orang dia suka kutuk orang ya, bila dia kena kutuk dah melompat kan.
Dia sentap. Kalau masalah ni dipanggil sentap.
Sentap kan. Sebab you tak ada satu skill win-win dan juga synergize. Synergize ni is Masya Allah dia punya kesan dia.
Betul.
And bila you dah boleh sampai Synergize ni, the impact is Masya Allah tremendous. Then we have the resources. They call abundant resources. Minggu lepas ada sebut tu kan. And Stephen Covey ada sebut. We have abundant resources yang kita tak tap, kita tak polish, kita tak capitalize dan kita tidak synergize.
Yap.
And Wallahualam.
Betul Pakcik, terima kasih. Betul. Sebenarnya memang I think this is where sebenarnya kita kena put on the table. We have to put our ideas, our effort onto the table so that the others could see what are the benefit or the strength that we can capitalize on the individuals, especially dalam macam Pakcik katalah dalam a very big organisation or very big family. Normally that's the common thing. We do have only part of the family is doing things, but the other part of the family is observing. Because either that they felt that I couldn't contribute anything, or they felt that probably what I contribute is not good enough. But you never know. Sometimes we have to put that on the table so that people can see, hey, betul lah, you have that capability, you have that idea, you have that solution for what we're going to be doing. Because this is where we don't talk about compromising. Again, we don't talk about compromising. We talk about kita nak gunakan yang terbaik daripada semua orang. Dulu kalau zaman dulu Akademi Fantasia dia kata Vince kata kita semua pemenang. Macam tu lah. Sebenarnya it sounds like a joke, but actually I think he literally translated from English that we are all winners. So maksudnya it's a win-win situation that we need to capture. But then bila dia translate jadi bahasa Melayu dia punya macam pelik. Tapi sebenarnya the message is there. It's just that whether we understand or not. You see what Vince did was he put that context in a Malay way. But then again the message actually for me cakap betul lah kita ni pemenang. We are the winners. We have to win-win situation. He took the English idea, put it in a Malay word. And then we take it as a joke. We didn't see what is the benefit of it. We see that this is only a joke. But sometimes I think this is where kita kena improve. We should be looking at, this thing actually is not a joke. It's actually a real thing. There is a capitalization of things that we can take from you. Especially kita lah. I mean, asalnya kita ramai kot. Ada kebolehan-kebolehan masing-masing yang kita tak tahu. Contoh macam session ni. Kalau Pakcik Zubir, Along, Fali tak suruh Abazam buat, I also do not know, I can do this for hours, Abazam pun tak tahu. But then again, I think this is where we capitalize. Everybody say, okay fine, Abazam boleh belah buku? Boleh? Okay, I do my way. Okay, I do my way, I presented, I see the response of the audience. First week, Alhamdulillah, it was workable. Then second week, we can see, Makni give an idea. Kami, okay, why not we do Zoom? We pay Zoom, kita buat. Now see, this is where we capitalize each other. I think this is where Abazam, Karisha, Pakcik Zubir, Along, Fali, I think this is what we want from the family. I think I understand everybody is busy, but why don't we put an idea? Kita generate that environment, that orang kata culture. Dia kalau ini pakai baju Petronas kan. Dia kata cultural behaviour, banyaklah dia punya prinsipal dia. So why not we do that culture in family? Kita ada banyak kebolehan. Macam Pakcik Zubir banyak ilmu agama yang tinggi. Mu'im pun you have a lot of motivational point of view. Nisa from your organisation aspect of working, you have a lot of things. Ain as a student, ini kita ada Wasil. Wasil gambar saya cute sangat Wasil. Ini bukan gambar Wasil yang sebenar dia. Sorry Wasil. Gurau.
Lama dulu.
Sorry. Gurau. Okay, so Wasil, he's taking a step in the life, going towards abroad. Alia pun ada ni. So kita boleh macam kata kita capitalize, dan insyaAllah I think towards the end of this session ini we will have some ideas that we want to actually generate together nanti insyaAllah. Okay, anything else before Abazam nak masuk part 4? Anybody else to add anything ke? Ada yang nak meluahkan ke? Muin kan cakap apa? Oh, proceed. Okay, Fadli kata proceed. Alright, kita proceed. Okay, bismillah. Now we go into our final part of the 7 habits of highly effective people, the renewal. As you can see, now we are going towards the totality of the maturity of continuum. As you can see, the red dot now is no more inside the maturity continuum. Now we can see that the red dots are actually circling, surrounding the entire maturity continuum. Okay. Why we do so? Now we are going into the principle of balanced self-renewal. Okay. The other words that I would like to use is actually rejuvenation. Rejuvenate means that we always need to renew ourselves. Okay. The simplest way for us to understand to renew is kat Malaysia ni is renewal road tax. Why we renew our road tax every year? Number one, because that is the regulation of the government. Number two, it gives you an opportunity to actually go further with your car or your vehicle. So you have to renew yourself. Same like ourselves. Kita sebenarnya, kita selalu kena memperbaharui diri kita. How do we do that? Even ourselves, without we realizing, ourselves die every day. Our skin die every day. But does it die without a renewal? Does it die off without new skin? Without new cell? No. Our body itself sebenarnya renew every day. Every time a cell die, there's a new cell. And how do we do that? Actually, by ensuring that our body is actually in the best of form to be ready for all the renewal on a daily basis. Okay. That's where the habit of daily self-renewal come in the picture. Kita akan go further into this. Habit 7, taking time to sharpen the saw. Kenapa habit 7 ni talk about sharpen the saw? It takes the story of a person that is cutting down a tree but go nowhere because the saw is not sharp enough. When another person came, asked the logger, dia tanya, how long have you been cutting the tree? Dia kata, I have done this for many hours. So he asked the logger, why you have not sharpened the saw? Then the person paused. Now he stopped and think, yeah, I should sharpen the saw. Maksudnya kena tajamkan mata gergaji tersebut. So whenever, kita take very literal lah. Whenever you sharpen the saw, you will realize that actually you will cut. You will take out part of the saw so that you get a new part of the saw that is very sharp. So it's same like ourselves. Sama macam diri kita. Kita pun perlu kadang-kadang take time for ourselves to sharpen ourselves, to relearn ourselves, to polish ourselves. So that what does it mean? Taking time to sharpen the saw. It surrounds the other habits on the 7 habits paradigm. It means that you will do private victory, you will do public victory every day sebenarnya. And whenever you do that, you sometimes have to pause before you respond. You have to take your time to polish yourself. It is a habit that makes all the others possible. Maksudnya, after you done your private victory, after you done your public victory, you have to actually step aside, take your time, look at what you have done, improve yourself, polish yourself, correct yourself, and do what is necessary to do better in the next step. Okay, the word of Stephen Covey's son, this is Sean Covey. Sharpening the saw each day in each of the 4 dimensions is called the daily private victory. See? I repeat, sharpening the saw each day in each of the 4 dimensions is called the daily private victory. It means that sebenarnya once you have achieved your private victory, you have become independent, you actually can be more effective going towards the public victory. Every time you achieve a better or improve private victory, inshallah, the strength that you have will actually expanded and being used to be interdependent towards the public victory. Alright. Right. How can I invest in myself? I think the word investment ni, I think semua orang suka. When it comes to investment ni, we say that why we invest? We invest because we want to get profit or benefit. Correct? Itu abang punya pandangan lah. Unless there's another definition of investment. But whenever we invest, we always want profit. We always want return. So it's actually a character of a win-win situation. Okay. Alright. If you see on the left side of the screen, you will see that there is actually 4 elements that will be focusing in sharpen the saw. Number 1, body. Number 2, heart. Heart ni hati. Dia berkaitan dengan jantung lah, tapi this is hati, the feeling. Mind, pemikiran. Spirit, semangat. Dia kalau orang kata kau ni poyo. Poyo tu sebenarnya bukan poyo sebenarnya. Dia sebenarnya semangat. Tapi whether how do people perceive you? What kind of energy that you will give? Alright. Habit 7. You take time every day to renew yourself in body, badan, physical, the mind, pemikiran, the right brain, the left brain, heart, hati, jiwa, perasaan. Perasaan sebenarnya. Heart ni perasaan. Ingat, kita ada emotional bank account, that's a heart. Spirit, semangat. Ini adalah the your passion, your why you do that, how you do that, how you cleanse your spirit. Okay, the 4 dimension of renewal. You find balance when you regularly renew in all 4. If you neglect one, the other suffer. Ingat a human being is actually interdependent to each other. See, dalam diri kita pun there's a lot of interdependence. The body interdependent to the heart interdependent to the spirit interdependent to the mind interdependent to the body, mind interdependent to the heart, mind interdependent to the spirit. So maksudnya kita tak boleh neglect. Maksudnya kita tak boleh abaikan. Like a family, we can't be neglecting anybody in the family. We must take all them together. Everybody win together. There's nobody win alone. This is what we want to achieve as a family for a start. Common paradigm. I'm too busy to take time for myself. Yang ni tak payah cakap orang lain, Abang Zam pun kadang. Macam, okay, plan nak lari lah ini. Nak lari. Lepas tu tiba, alamak busy ada kerja lah. Betul lah, I abandon. Rather than I been abundance, I've been abandoning myself to take care of myself. I don't run. I stay like macam okay lah, tak apalah, relax lah, tengok YouTube lah. Okay. So that's not taking time for yourself. A highly effective paradigm, I take time for myself every day because it gives me the ability to do everything else. Why it says so? Whenever you take time for yourself, you already have a focus for what you want to do. And that will actually develop your mind on, okay, I'm allocating my time to do this. I focus to do this. So next after this is doing this. You have structured yourself, then it's very important that you will see, it always, take a small step to achieve the bigger things. kadang-kadang kita tak sedar. Every single step kita ambil, the small step, the small effort kita buat tu sebenarnya give a big impact towards us. Alright? Highly effective practices, what they do? Achieve the daily private victory. Alright. Okay, before I go into the daily private victory, maybe anybody else want to say something? I can see already Mak Ni dah masuk. Welcome Mak Ni. Mak Ni, okay. Alright. Dia nanti. Anybody nak say something? Alia, tak dengar suara Alia lagi. Fali, unmute. Anything you want to say? Okay pakcik. Mungkin nak kata something
Abang boleh cakap sikit ya?
Boleh.
Tambah sebab apa yang tajuk ni, how can I invest in myself, means that every segment dalam habit 7 ni macam body, mind, heart and spirit kan.
Betul.
So yang body, mind and heart ni actually quite common, tapi yang spirit ni actually Abang Azam can elaborate more tak yang part spirit ni? Maksudnya spirit ni apa beza dia dengan heart tu?
Okay.
Sebab dia boleh explain lebih sikit.
Okay, ini secara simple Abang Azam explain. Remember that kita ada emotional bank account yang kita loop sebelum ni kan. So if you see emotional bank account ni is actually depositing the right key relationships ataupun what should we feel about others. Itu adalah perasaan ataupun kita punya heart. Spirit pula adalah values ataupun what inspire kita, semangat kita. Spirit ni adalah semangat. Apa yang membuat semangat kita membara? Kalau dalam bahasa Melayu dia panggil semangat membara. Okay, contoh macam ni lah. Macam Muim, apa yang buat Muim bersemangat kalau nak buat something? Contoh macam apa semangat Muim untuk hari-hari belajar, hari-hari buat FB live pada waktu pagi tu? Apa motivation Muim tu buat benda tu?
Okay, faham. Jelas. Okay. Maksudnya that one maksudnya kita punya maksudnya what drive us lah actually kan.
Correct.
Okay, faham. So boleh tak Muim just nak relatekan ni dengan some experience because ini just this one actually daripada apa yang arwah Abah pernah explain lah. Every morning masa hantar kami adik-beradik pergi sekolah, arwah Abah akan pesan, okay, jaga 3 benda masa tu. Okay, kata ingat ARJ dia kata. ARJ ni sebenarnya nama dia Abdul Rahman Jaafar, tapi dia kata ingat ARJ. So A tu akal which dalam segmen ni adalah mind. Okay. Maksudnya pastikan kita make sure our mind strong, reading, dengan reading, writing, learning semua tu kan. So itu yang akal. Dan R tu adalah rohani. Rohani ni actually more to kita punya heart ataupun kita punya soul. Rohani maksudnya dari segi spiritual quotient kita kan.
Betul.
And then yang ketiganya J, jasmani, which is body lah.
Betul.
Yang maksudnya kita kena ada exercise, makan yang elok, kawal stres kita kan, macam dalam ni yang dah presentation ni kan.
Betul.
So ARJ ni actually is part of our life, yang mana kalau kita kalau kita tak buat satu memang kita akan rasa empty, kita akan rasa lack, kita tak boleh perform dengan baik. Contoh body tu tak cukup tidur, confirm esok out. Ataupun kita tak buat solat dengan betul apa semua, heart kita tak kuat, dan kita every daily basis kita activity pun akan spoil, something like that lah.
Betul.
So yang spirit ni Muim nampak satu aspek lain, dia panggil maksudnya betul lah apa yang spirit ni maksudnya apa yang inspired kita. For example dalam segi kita sebagai orang Islam ni adalah mungkin sebagai kita sebagai umat Nabi Muhammad. So bagaimana kita ni melihat bagaimana Rasulullah ni menyeimbangkan ketiga-tiga aspek ni.
Betul?
Wallahu a'lam. Masa kita nampak itulah driving force kita untuk mengikut sunnah Rasulullah SAW kan. So we nampak actually this combination very excellence lah. Yang mana kita boleh hari-hari kita boleh panggil muhasabah, boleh check balik diri kita kat mana yang lack in our part of our self kan. So keep improving lah. So bagus lah actually benda ni.
And then sebenarnya
Masya Allah, abang.
Ya, macam tu boleh.
Alhamdulillah kita buat program ni. Keluarlah satu rahsia.
Kita rasa arwah abang dah pasal dah lama dah.
Betul.
Pakcik kuat lama lah tapi dia tak cerita lah.
Ya ke?
Maksud anak-anak dia dapat tu. Dia tak cerita pakcik yang ARJ tu.
Dia dah tanam dalam otak ni. Dia kecil ingat
Betul.
everyday. Moga untuk kita ni lah ambil manfaat bersama kan. Tapi dia tajuk ni actually itulah dia link dengan that inilah sharing daripada arwah abang. Moga benda ni give some values to him lah dekat dalam alam barzah kan. Kubur nanti insyaAllah.
Betul. Abang Zan, terima kasih banyak. I think that's a good sharing, and actually sebenarnya satu benda yang kita kena realize, Rasulullah sendiri pun ingat Rasulullah selalu cakap tentang sahabat. Dia tidak bercakap tentang diri dia walaupun dia maksum. Rasulullah tu sendiri tu maksum. Maksudnya apa dia kata tu adalah perkara yang baik. Tetapi dia selalu bercakap tentang sahabat, tentang mengisahkan sahabat-sahabat. Dan kenapa Rasulullah sendiri as an individual bercakap tentang sahabat? That's where dia nak kata the heart, kita punya perasaan kita, dan bagaimana dia letak kepercayaan dia kepada sahabat-sahabat dia. Rasulullah tidak pernah berkata dia buat semua perkara dengan sendiri. Dia meletakkan tanggungjawab, dia meletakkan kepercayaan kepada Bilal bin Rabah untuk azan dalam keadaan walaupun perkara itu ada satu laungan, tetapi laungan itu sangatlah penting. Dia letak kepada seorang hamba abdi yang gelap kulitnya. Dan kenapa Umar Al-Khattab tu yang sangat ganas orangnya, dia boleh letak kepercayaan kepada orang tu. Dia ambil kepercayaan tu, dia ubah Umar Al-Khattab, sahabat tu. Kenapa dia? Itu salah satu contoh bagi saya, bagi Abang Azam. Rasulullah sebenarnya deposit the emotional bank account. Sebenarnya Rasulullah dah tunjuk benda tu. Sekarang ni kita mengolah dia dalam perkataan yang lebih, orang kata, canggih lah. But then again, that's always the important part. The depositing of emotional bank account. Alright, thank you Mu'in. It's a good point. ARJ. Silsilah Abang Azam pun akan pakai benda tu kat tempat lain. Wallahualam. Sampai ni kena
mengalir pahala arwah.
Betul.
Alhamdulillah, insyaAllah. Amin.
Nanti somebody summary letak ARJ dalam summary tu.
InsyaAllah.
I think that's a good posting. Maybe post it dalam kita punya Family Wandara punya FB tu. Letak dia sebagai satu ilmu. Konsep ARJ. Itu cadangan Abang Azam lah. Copyright ya korang. So okay. Alright. Thank you very much. Okay, now we go. Now we start. Achieve the daily private victory. Okay. Private victory, every day we should commit at least 1 hour to renewal in the first 3 dimensions. Physical, mental and spiritual. This practice a daily private victory. What does it mean? Okay. Abang Zah sekarang ni tengah belajar Master Islamic Finance. Belajar online 100%. You don't have friends, you don't have people to talk because everybody are online. Everybody actually sangat private. So what I need to do actually, betul. Abang Zam do this 1 hour. Every day 1 hour, Abang Zam akan spend 1 hour looking through the subject. Looking through tu does not mean I know what to do. Sometimes I do not know what to do, I just buka. Tengok sejam, oh ada assignment nak kena hantar sikit-sikit masa. Okay lah buat sikit for 1 hour. Every 1 hour I do, rupanya I can finish that thing much more faster and I can do that thing much more better. Because I only spend 1 hour every day. Sama macam Abazam kalau baca buku. Kadang-kadang Abazam kata, okay, I don't have time. So tak apalah, I allocate myself every day 30 minutes to read a book. So at least I can finish about what? 10 pages. So end up, sometimes I go up until 1 hour. And I can finish actually one chapter. About 30 pages in 1 hour. So this is actually, I think, very practical 1 hour renewal of yourself. It will build the long-term physical, spiritual and mental strength to enable you to handle difficult challenges in life. So I think, Alhamdulillah, I think there's a lot of good quality in our family. Probably what I'm telling you guys is already been practiced by all the family members. You have done your habit, macam apa nama Muin kata, arwah dah instill, arwah Pakcik Rahman dah instill ARJ. And actually adik-beradik anak-anak arwah Pakcik Rahman are practicing the ARJ, which is actually a long-term physical, spiritual and mental strength development. Okay. Daily private victory is a routine or practice that keeps you healthy in body, mind, heart and spirit. Okay. I think benda ni Along, Fadli mungkin perasan lah. I think in our what we do for the past 4 weeks ni, sebenarnya kalau pasal Abazal selalu send you guys message. This is my thought, this is it. Then suddenly I call. Can we talk about 1 hour? I think that's always happened to us for the past 1 month. Betul tak Long? I think we have been doing that. I think it became a routine for us for the past 4 weeks that we actually every week we talk about 1 hour. What is our strategy? What to do next? And this is actually related to the family. So I think this is common. I can see the equality in the family, but we need to nurture more. We need to synergize more, because I think with all this quality that we have, we should actually galvanize each other and become very effective family ataupun a useful family for the benefit of others. Kita jadi rahmatan lil alamin. Maksudnya berguna kepada seluruh alam. Okay, we start with the first one, body. Alright, set health and fitness goal. Okay.
Azam nak share sikit.
Ya Pakcik, sila.
About refreshing daily ni.
Okay.
Banyak orang start kan, dia buat, tapi ada satu isu besar yang kita tak keluar daripada satu shell, satu rungkupan, ataupun kita duduk dalam satu macam big ball lah.
Okay.
Kan? Jadi kalau ada ni kena buat sikit lah. Kan? Apa dia duduk macam pusing dalam tu. Pakcik lalui beberapa kes, kan? Beberapa kes yang begini, dia begini. Jadi benda ni kena keluar. Ini kena minta bantuan pakar lah. Kenapa kata begini? Pertama adalah bila anak Adam tu nak jadi, kan, isu khalifah. Itu khalifah ni. Tengok balik ayat. Maksudnya syaitan bila dah jadi tu, syaitan dia nak lawan juga. Dia minta permission dari Allah SWT, kita boleh tak bagi aku satu tugas untuk menyesatkan anak Adam. Kan? Dia minta. Bila Allah bagi kepada manusia satu tugas sebagai amanah sebagai khalifah, kan? Allah buat juga walaupun dia orang tak setuju, kan?
Betul.
Malaikat, iblis, syaitan, jin ke apa, kan? Allah buat juga. Lepas tu syaitan meminta izin, Allah izinkan, tapi Allah kata kamu tidak mampu menyesatkan orang yang beriman, umat-umatku yang beriman, kan? Jadi bila sejarah keluar sebagai khalifah ni, maka akan adalah syaitan tu di samping kita. Tapi kalau orang yang biasa tak ada apa ni, syaitan tak kacau pun. Bila ada tu, maksudnya bila kita mengambil tanggungjawab, kita nak sedar kita apa, dia duduk macam duduk tak buah ketiak tu. Kan? Kita masuk duduk di bawah ketiak syaitan. Lepas tu kau tengok dalam hadis-hadis yang katakanlah bila kamu kenapa kamu tak boleh bangun subuh?
Ha.
Kenapa tak boleh bangun tahajud kan? Sebab syaitan kata dia kencing dalam telinga tu. Antara satunya tu ada hadis tu. Kan? Jadi kekuatan awal kita nak keluar daripada itu antaranya kena keluar daripada itulah. And sendiri pun boleh buat insya-Allah. Antaranya membaca la ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin. Ini maknanya ayat ini Nabi apa? Khidir Nabi apa? Yunus dalam perut ikan. Dia duduk dalam 3 kegelapan. Itu pun Allah keluarkan.
Betul.
Kan? Maknanya kegelapan laut, kegelapan di dalam perut ikan, kegelapan malam. Waktu malam lah kalau siang. Tapi kalau duduk bawah tu mana ada lebih kurang yang malam siang ya. Kan? Maknanya dengan la ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minaz zalimin antaranya boleh keluar. Satulah. Kan? Itu satu. Itu kalau Nabi apa tadi?
Yunus.
Yunus. Kalau Nabi Adam selepas Allah turun ke syurga daripada syurga ke dunia dan dia minta maaf. Dia punya Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Makna dia sangat hebat, boleh cek. Jadi nak keluar dari sini ni, dia sebelum nak pergi tu, body mind tu, kalau kita tak boleh keluar tu, dia pusing kat situ. Pusing sebab bola tu dia duduk. Kan? Jadi siapa yang ada apa lebih kurang ini boleh buat apa? Boleh telefon personal lah. Kan? Insya-Allah.
Okey. Terima kasih Cik. Betul?
Sama.
Ya, kita memang dia sebenarnya kita selalu dibelenggu lah. Kita berada dalam kebelengguan individu. Kita ada banyak perkara yang kita rasa macam kita tersangkut ataupun kita rasa kita nak give up lah. Itu ada perkara yang sebenarnya that's why I think personally this is where your daily renewal, daily private victory ni penting. But then it will engage yourself. Kita engage diri kita lebih banyak. Betul? Terima kasih Cik. A lot of knowledge for us to understand and actually to give a thought about that. Terima kasih Cik. Okay, we go into the first part, the body, set health and fitness goal. Okay, I think kalau macam generation Abazam ni, I think dia ada macam satu movement sejak 10 tahun ni. Golongan-golongan berumur 40 ni, dia gila nak fitness. Dia nak set goal lah, dia nak buat Ironman lah, dia nak buat Spartan lah, semua nak menyakitkan diri masing-masing. Tapi sebenarnya, I think the reason is because people at my age or my generation baru sedar bahawa if we put effort every day sikit, understand our body, our physiology, our listen to our body, sebenarnya we can achieve something, ability that is not natural to us. Maksudnya contoh, dulu lari 10 km tak habis, ataupun lari 10 km tu dekat 2 jam lebih. Sekarang aku boleh lari 10 km sejam. How do we do that? We understand heart rate, we understand the breathing, we strengthen the muscle, we have some techniques. So dia benda-benda macam tu membuatkan kita faham apa kita nak buat. But I think for us in general sebenarnya it's very important. Those I think orang yang umur macam Abang Zain senang nak cakap. Korang sebenarnya patut check diri korang. Korang kena banyak keluar peluh. But actually sebenarnya I think this is the basic thing that we have not instilled at a very young age. We never tell them, for example macam zaman Abang kat sekolah dulu. We love to do sport because we love to play sports. That's all. We never understand we play sport because actually there's a health benefit of doing it. I think maybe we need to instill that in our family or the younger generation. You can play sports, but let us tell them, hey, this benefit is for a long run. Let us see yourself. Okay, sekarang hari ni kita time yourself lari. Ataupun you can actually budak-budak you kata, okay, if you run for 20 minutes, I give you 5 minutes of internet time. You benefit them in that way. So maksudnya in order for them to use internet ke nak tengok YouTube ke, they have to earn. How do we earn? It's by getting them to run around, lari together ke apa ke. If you do that, you get 20 minutes of run, you get 5 minutes of YouTube time or gaming time. So that kita balance up our body from the younger age. Abang pun sedar dah tua, umur 35 baru sedar nak lari balik sebab nak main bola. Then I realise that really quite good running ni. Sweat. Okay. Alright. Ini is about fruit. Include vegetable, fruit, whole grains, fiber and lots of water in your diet. Yang ni pun I think we have to instill from young age. I think the young parenting now, there's a lot of education about this, which is good. It's very important that teach the benefit to the younger generation early. We learn after we get health problem. Most of us, termasuklah Bazar, after health problem baru sedar, okay, minum air banyak, bagus. But we never do that early. Tu Kak Isha tengah gelak kat belakang tu. Okay. Reduce your stress by cutting down on quadrant 3 activities. If you remember, we learned about quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. Quadrant 2 is the idea that we want to go. Quadrant 3 is what? Quadrant 3 is where important and urgent things happen at the same time. So, quadrant 3 is not important, not urgent. Sorry. Not important, not urgent. So, kita kena kurangkan perkara-perkara macam ni. Cakap senang. But now, what we should do actually, you should do more changing quadrant 3 activity tu kepada things that is more useful. Maksudnya, contohnya, you do planning. You give a thought of yourself. Berehat. I mean, you can play, you can have fun, but be a useful fun. Macam tadi, kita kata, okay, alright, you play sports, you run around for 20 minutes, I give you 5 minutes time of, kalau budak lelaki, PlayStation 5. Kena bapak pun seronok sebenarnya main PlayStation 5. Why not bapak pun kena benda sama. You run 20 minutes, you get 5 minutes of PlayStation time. Bapak pun sebenarnya kena buat agak benda tu sebenarnya. Kena agak buat kat dia orang. Alright, that's for body. For mind, keep a journal to collect your thoughts and work out problems. Okay, I think I do agree. You should write. You should write more. Writing probably does not mean a journal in a book. You could write in your words or your phone. You do that and you will see that, hey, I have done this. Do the planning. You write, okay, I have this problem. What should I do? Probably macam contoh kalau kita belajar, macam zaman belajar, kita nak kena buat assignment. Okay, apa assignment ni requirement dia? Kita write down. Apa yang kita perlu buat? Apa structure dia? So we need to practice that all the time. Read a variety of books. Yang ni I can vouch it personally. Memang I think I read a lot of kind of books. Of course, still a limited subject. But then reading a lot of kind of book actually give me a lot of, my mind is active lah. I think Along Fadli rasa dah boleh rasa kot. When I talk a lot. There's a lot of things coming up on my mind. So if you notice that, I think unfortunately they come out from variety of books. So Kak Isha pun gelak. Dia pun kena penat dengar. Mazhar macam ajar betul cerita dia. So that's where for me personally it comes from variety of books. And also a variety of YouTube channel that I watch. I watch a lot of YouTube channel, especially when I do long hours driving. There's a lot of documentary, there's a lot of historical. Contoh even as simple as A Jordan history, shoes. I do that. I go, YouTube, I look what's the history behind. Even benda yang kita rasa, useless. Beli kasut A Jordan mahal beratus-ratus, but the story behind of doing this expensive shoes is actually very deep. It's not as simple as just doing a shoe for the sake of doing a shoes. There's always a way of doing it. Feel nice. Shoe dogs. That's my favorite books. Shoe dogs. how a person, you know, went all over to Japan selling Onitsuka Tiger, actually very close to dia punya athletic coach masa dia kat university. They develop a shoes, then end up there's a dispute with Onitsuka Tiger, end up they build a brand from Blue Ribbon Sports to Nike, and as simple as sushi. And even kalau you go back, the word Nike tu sebenarnya is a Greek word, and it's very meaningful meaning Nike tu. So that's how, you know, a passion you put into when you have so many subjects that you have, understand? Okay, develop a hobby and do something you love. This is important. You need a hobby. Okay, satu benda yang Abazam observe orang dulu yang bagus dia, hobi dia adalah bercucuk tanam ataupun berkebun. You will feel that, you know, apa benda lah bercakap dengan pokok ni, siram pokok, bercakap dengan pokok, belai pokok. But do you know that doing that actually nurture your empathetic abilities, your listening. You will actually, you know, you talk to something that cannot talk back to you, but you can see the growth of the tree, and the tree give back you, you know, flowers, beautiful sceneries, fruits.
Setuju.
Setuju. Ni mesti. Okay. Angah cerita sikit Angah. Abazam. Cerita sikit pasal berkebun. Walaupun dalam apartmen. Cuba cerita sikit.
Best lah. Sekejap
Cuba cerita sikit.
Dia macam release tension lah. Jaga pokok, lepas tu tengok ada tumbuh baru.
Apa lagi Angah? Apa
Sambil tu on video lah. Tunjuk background
Sabar lah,
sikit.
sekejap. Nak on ni. Kejap.
Tunggu Agah ni. Agah ni tak bunyi-bunyi ni.
Masuk.
Tapi tak nampak blur pokok.
Alamak.
Tak
Mana?
Angah cerita. Apa yang Angah, okay, kenapa Angah start, macam mana Angah start, kenapa Angah start buat hobi tu?
Ni. Sebenarnya tak suka pun pokok ni. Tapi bila tengok Umi kan, macam dulu tengok je Umi, apa benda lah pokok-pokok ni, tengok Wan dulu kan. Macam orang tua kot suka. Lepas tu tiba-tiba dah ada space sendiri, lepas tu rasa macam nak create hobi kan. Since PKP hari tu macam tak kerja, so kita create hobi yang membantulah kita release stress kat rumah kan. Lepas tu kita akan lebih macam searching online untuk cari macam mana cara nak jaga dia, apa benefit dia untuk kita, macam technical, macam kita tambahlah knowledge untuk jaga. Sebab kan kalau beli je lepas tu mati, so kita nak tahu macam mana overcome, nak hidupkan dia. Lepas tu dia variety lah cara-cara jaga dia, banyaklah kena belajar.
Tapi Angah bercakap dengan pokok tu sekali.
Cakap macam ni, nak minum air mami bagi minum. Makan. Cakap jangan mati tumbuh banyak-banyak cantik-cantik. Macam tu lah maksudnya, cakap lah.
Dia bunyi kelakar, tapi sebenarnya Abazam cakap terang arwah bapa Abazam sebenarnya bercakap dengan pokok selalu.
Mak pun kan.
Lelaki bercakap dengan pokok. Bayangkan lelaki cakap dengan pokok macam mana. Pelik kan? Tapi sebenarnya Abazam perasan, betul. Benda tu sebenarnya bukannya perkara yang gila. Dia ada perkara yang, that's why part of the thing that you need to do actually go back to nature. And this is how you go back to nature. You talk to trees. Sebab salah satu perkara yang kita tak sedar bahawa pokok pun adalah hamba Allah. Kita mungkin pandang dia macam apa benda lah pokok ni. Dia bukan faham aku pun. Tapi dia hamba Allah. Maksudnya kita letak belas ihsan, the empathy to the trees, insyaAllah the tree will respond back. Betul tak? Dia cantik, tegar kan?
Tegar, kita happy lah, kita mood baik lah.
Lepas tu kalau tuan dia pergi holiday, dia pun buruk kan? Betul tak? Kan? Dia pun sedih. Ya pakcik.
Dia boleh buat kopi corner, macam tengoklah dalam gambar tu.
Macam mana?
Gambar family kita tu.
Betul.
Datang nanti lepas PKP jemput.
Macam kopi corner tu lah. Setapak kopi corner.
Tapak kopi corner. Betul. So nampak. I think this is where, terima kasih Angah sharing. Terima kasih pakcik. I think this is where you can relate yourself. Do a hobby. Get out of your space. You all do not stay in one space. Use your space. This is where develop a hobby and do something you love. Okay. Alright. Winning the daily private victory. Get in touch with yourself to writing in your journal, reading inspiring literature, praying, meditating, or doing whatever inspires you and increases your self-awareness. You see, when you do your daily private victory, you actually sebenarnya get to know more about yourself. You know about your weaknesses. You know about your strength. And this is what we call human physiology beyond the physical. Kita tengok diri kita. Review your goals, ambitions or mission statement. Kalau dalam Islam dia dah kata dah, muhasabah diri. Kenapa muhasabah? Muhasabah tu adalah perkara yang kita lakukan untuk menilai semula diri kita. Apa yang perlu dibaiki, apa perlu yang dilakukan, apa perlu yang dibetulkan. Visualize the challenges you will face in the upcoming day. Decide now how you will handle them. Okay. Kenapa kita kata visualize? Kenapa kita selalu kata bayangkan? Sebab dalam bayangan tu kadang-kadang perasan tak? Kita tak boleh nak bayang. Why kita tak boleh nak bayang? Sebab kita tidak ada perkara struktur tentang apa kita nak buat. Maybe you make a plan, you do a plan, you develop a plan, you ada plan, you dah buat plan ni, you dah start nampak, tapi you boleh lagi. Apa sebab aku tak nampak jalan dia nak buat macam mana? Then you start do your plan, how to do it, and then you start visualize. That's what we call visualization. Sebab kadang-kadang macam Pakcik Zubir kata tadi, macam a painter, from a white piece of paper, dia start conteng. Kita yang conteng ni, kita duk fikir macam apa benda lah dia conteng tu. Tapi dalam mind a painter or an artist, dia dah nampak dah the entire thing that they want to go through and how are they going through. Kita tak ada dalam kepala otak kita. Kita tak ada bayangan tu. Kita tak ada plan tu. When you have plan, do you realize that you will nampak, you will see. Macam semalam Bazam dengan Kak Risha, Along, Fadli, we do a plan. Now we have plan for how many weeks, Along? 18 minggu?
Macam tu juga lah kan, sampai bulan
18 minggu kita buat plan. Dah ada 18 minggu plan. Nanti kita akan bentangkan lah. Tapi bayangkan,
bulan 10.
We do that plan together and we have like, wow, kita ada plan lah. Kita nampak kita dah excited, faham tak? We can visualize what we are doing. So that's one example lah. Okay. Alright, now we go into the heart. What should we do in our daily private victory in sharpen the saw of your heart. Okay. Ingat make deposit into emotional bank account of others. Okay. To be frank, the 18 weeks plan that Abazam, Kak Risha, Along, Fadli ada adalah akan melibatkan banyak emotional bank account to others family members. We will want to expand this. Abazam dah cakap Kak Along dengan Fadli dengan Kak Risha. Kita kena stop tengok muka Abazam yang boring ni. Asyik dia lah bercakap. Dia lah bebel. Dia lah Kita kena expand. Kita kena start having other family members. We start entrusting others. We start allowing others to actually express themselves. Macam Angah. Angah ada cerita pasal pokok dia. We should have a session talking about, your plant, I know, it's very exciting. From a simple thing, you never know. They create new interest. Macam Kak Risha, dia start jaga pokok dia. Macam tu lah. Kak Risha ada gak pokok dia jaga. Kena bagi semangat sikit. Okay, value the diversity in others and look for opportunity to synergize. Okay, this is where the 18 weeks plan yang kita orang buat semalam tu will actually look for opportunities for other family members to synergize together. Kita tak tahu ni, ramai ada bakat-bakat yang belum terselah lagi. Apa nama, ilmu-ilmu pandangan. Ni asyik dengar Bazam cakap benda lah kan. So kita dengar pula apa pendapat oleh, apa minat dia orang, apa perkara yang kita belum kenal lagi yang lain kan. Okay, tengok, build family relationship through empathic listening. See, even Stephen Covey would talk about family relationship again and again. So this is where I think we will do this together, and Abazam rasa insyaAllah I think kita nak tunjuk betapa luasnya keluarga kita ni dan betapa menariknya keluarga kita ni. Dan sebenarnya keluarga kita dah menarik. Kita nak meriahkan lagi. We want to put more colours. Sekarang ni PKP, macam-macam orang buat. Ada yang tanam pokok, ada yang buat kek, ada yang buat kawan Azam, ada yang dia potong kayu. Ni dia potong kayu, dia buat apa nama tapak untuk orang apa nama letak pokok-pokok. Dia jual RM130. Tu masa PKP ni dia buat. Macam-macam benda orang buat sekarang ni. Kan? Abazam pun tak pernah ada konten YouTube channel. Sekarang dah ada berapa? 25 konten. Kak Aisyah pun pelik. Tiba-tiba ada konten. Apa salah banyak sangat konten ni kan. Abazam sekarang jadi apa? Part time apa nama content provider kepada YouTube sendiri. Sikit kawan-kawan suruh buat. Buat video event ni, buat video pasal ni. Abazam pun buat lah. You know? Something. We have our qualities. Everybody has their own qualities. Okay. Now we go into the spirit. Semangat. Okay. Create, review and refine your personal mission statement. So maksudnya, hai Madiah. Bukan Madiah tu, siapa tu? Tak nampak. Madiah? Betul lah. Okay. Nampak tak? Nampak? Okay. So, create, review and refine your personal mission statement. Maksudnya, kita masing-masing ada matlamat, ada mission, ada matlamat yang nak capai kan. So apa kata spend time tengok adakah matlamat aku ni masih lagi relevan, adakah aku masih mampu untuk capai. Kalau tak mampu, apa yang perlu aku buat untuk capai, ataupun kalau tak relevan, apa mission statement ataupun matlamat yang perlu yang more relevan yang perlu aku buat. Okay. Appreciate and enjoy the world of nature. Tengok Angga. Stephen Covey pun cakap appreciate and enjoy the world of nature. Sebab tu Abazam suka pilah tu. Suka lari, Abazam suka apa rumah apa nama kat pilah tu. Dia kawasan yang luas. Dia ada pokok, dia ada apa padang kat luar tu. Lepas tu boleh lari kat keliling tu. Kan Angga?
Kita orang suka juga kalau ada manggis tu. Muhammad suka panjat.
Betul.
Kalau kan.
Boleh. Lepas ni kita cari jalan. Kita nak jaga pokok manggis tu bagi sihat. Betul. Bagus kan? Tu good idea. InsyaAllah. Nanti kita balik kita jaga pokok manggis tu. Betul? Jangan kata ni semua orang suka nak panjat tu kalau di pokok tu banyak buah.
Kalau tak ada semut
Kalau tak ada semut, Kak Aisyah tu kata semut tu pun kita cari jalan juga macam mana selesai masalah semut tu. Okay. Alright. See, the world of nature is important to us. Kita memang perlu apa nama sedap manggis tu. Alamak, terliur pula. Okay, tak apa. Kita sambung nanti cerita manggis. Okay. Appreciate and enjoy the world of nature. Penting. Sebenarnya kita perlu engage our nature a lot. Okay. Give meaningful service. Ini yang penting. Untuk kita membaiki semangat kita ni, actually sebenarnya the more that we give, the more that we actually pleasure ourselves. Sebenarnya lebih kita memberi kepada orang lain, lebih kita akan merasa bersyukur terhadap diri kita sendiri. Ada satu quote daripada kawan Abazam. Sekejap, Bazam nak baca sekejap. Menarik ke quote kawan Bazam ni? Sekejap Okay, kawan Abang ni nama dia apa nama Hafiz Harif. Alamak, jap. Abang Azam suka dia punya quote dia ni sebab okay, jap. Alah saya, Abang Azam tak jumpa lah quote dia. Kenapa Abang Azam kata? Sebab dalam diri kita, kalau perasan, apabila kita melalui kehidupan kita, sedikit sebanyak kita akan mula memahami perkara-perkara yang kita dulu tak pernah fikir bahawa kita tak pernah fikir bahawa sebenarnya kita mula menghargai perkara di luar daripada apa yang kita ada dan kita buat. Contoh okay. Ni kawan Azam, nama dia Hafiz Harif. Dia kata sometimes rezeki yang kita dapat bukanlah untuk kita. Rezeki yang kita dapat untuk orang lain. Dan normally perkara ni kalau perasan siapa yang jadi parents dah ada anak, dia akan merasai benda tu sangat kuat. Tetapi sebenarnya untuk kita sebagai orang yang mungkin belum ada anak ataupun yang tidak punya sebarang tanggungan, kita sebenarnya kena do a lot of meaningful service to others. Where rezeki yang kita ada, not only money, is also time. Rezeki kita tu adalah masa, kesihatan kita, kekuatan kita. Kalau kita bagi, orang kata, service to others. Service ni maksudnya kita berkhidmat kepada orang lain. Kita menggunakan kelebihan kita, iaitu rezeki, dalam apa bentuk, kita akan pasal bahawa kita akan rasa macam, I feel good lah. I feel good. So kadang-kadang kita rasa macam kita terpaksa buat. Tapi once kita paksa buat, kita cuba buat perkara tu dan kita bagi. Kita tengok riak wajah orang yang menerima servis kita. Angah mungkin dia perasan banyak lah sebab dia jumpa ramai orang and he do a lot of services. But why don't we do a small service? Contoh Ramli Sarip. Ni cerita Ramli Sarip Ramli Sarip ni dia, kalau nak tahu, dia ni tak ada kereta. Dia duduk Singapura. Dia banyak bergerak ke KL ni untuk show ke mana-mana show. Dia naik bas. Most of the time dia naik bas. Dia suka naik bas, naik kereta api. Dia kata dia pernah naik bas, sebelah tempat duduk dia ni kotor. Dia kata air tumpah. Ada air tumpah. So dia kata dia bagi tahu semua orang. Dia kata kalau orang duduk, dia kata sorry tak boleh duduk, kotor. So dia bagi tahu. So dia melakukan service to others supaya orang tak kena kotor tu. Okay. Dia rasa apa yang dia buat tu pun macam wah, alhamdulillah lah, I can help others daripada elak daripada kotor. Come a Chinese lady, a old Chinese lady datang nak duduk, dia bagi tahu, auntie, sorry you cannot sit here, it's dirty. Lepas tu auntie tu kata, oh thank you very much, never mind, I go at the back, I go find somewhere else. Okay. Then by the time dia sampai destination tu, dia nak turun, auntie tu datang, bawa kain basah, bawa tisu, lap sebelah dia tu sampai kering, sampai bersih. Ramli Sarip kata, I thought that by stopping others from sitting this place, I have done a great deed. Suddenly, this auntie coming from nowhere, realizing that that place is dirty, clean up that place, make that place good and fit for other people to sit that place. When I saw that, Ramli Sarip kata, saya rasa bahawa perkara baik yang saya buat ni hanyalah kecil berbanding apa yang auntie tu buat. Dan auntie tu telah buat perkara yang lebih besar daripada apa saya buat. Maksudnya, perkara yang baik yang Ramli Sarip buat boleh memberi satu makna kepada orang lain untuk orang lain buat lebih daripada itu. So that's for me meaningful services. It does not involve money. It does not involve great effort, but a very small gesture that make people feel very grateful and meaningful. Sorry, cerita tu panjang sikit. Tapi kalau nak tengok, boleh pergi dekat Garasi TV, dekat YouTube, interview Garasi TV dengan Ramli Sarip. I think about last week, last week ke last 2 week. Baru lagi. And you can go part of it, then you can hear how Ramli Sarip cerita tentang kehidupan. This is where I say the spirit atau semangat yang perlu kita, orang kata, nourish lah. Macam Muin tanya tadi. Macam mana kita nak ni? What inspire you to do things every day? These are the things. Sorry Pakcik. Pakcik tu unmute. Anything Pakcik?
Okay, cerita aunty tu nak share sikit lah. So this one very, I think the common yang kita pun kena practice. One guy, I don't want to tell the name. Dia cerita buat apa ni, basuh toilet.
Okay.
Public toilet.
Okay.
And ada seorang ni, dia cerita tapi dia reflect yang cerita tu seorang ustaz lah. And dia masuk toilet tu memang ni lah. Memang macam tak boleh masuk lah kan. And dia cuci. And lepas tu dia sempurna hajat dia pun cuci terbaik. And jadi Ustaz cerita moral of the story, maksudnya dia nak bagi terbaik tu orang the next yang nak masuk tu.
Correct. Betul Pakcik.
Walaupun dia dapat daripada orang lain tu tak bagus. Tapi dia nak bagi the best to the others, to the next. Maknanya dalam masuk tu. Kan? Maknanya dia buat something to give the best to the next. Walaupun dia dapat tu memang bukan cerita tak bagus, memang selambak. Memang selambak kan. Okay. Jadi dia kata dia punya ni dia pergi cari yang jenis selambak tu.
I see.
Bila dia masuk toilet, kita mesti nak cari yang bersih kan.
Betul.
Dia ni kata supaya dia pergi cari toilet yang macam tu, dia masuk, dia bersih dulu dia ni. Maksudnya itulah kehebatan. Pas lagi tu orang tak nampak. Kita buat kebaikan yang orang tak nampak.
Betul.
Kan? Itu dah 2 kali tu. Dua level dah. Mana hebatlah seorang ni yang cerita pada saya ni.
Betul.
Wallahualam.
Terima kasih Pakcik. Sebenarnya betul. These are the small things, meaningful service that we do dalam hidup kita. Dari kita duduk apartment, kita duduk berjiran. Give a gesture, a smile, say hi pun is a meaningful service juga. Betul? Ada lagi mungkin nak berkongsi? Angah, jumpa ramai orang, macam-macam jenis orang. Datuk, Datin, orang biasa.
Biasa je, cuma macam contoh kalau servis kan, meaningful service tu macam bukan sekadar datang buat kerja. Betul. Tapi macam bawa lah kuih kadang, bagilah makanan ke kuih kat dia orang, macam tu lah. Lepas tu macam apa, kan bukan setakat kita tukar filter apa, tapi macam kita make sure kat tempat yang tu bersih, kita bersihkan sekali sikit-sikit. Macam tak adalah bersepahkan tempat dia. Betul. Macam contoh Angah ada tolong cuci pinggan sikit. Macam tu lah. So, kat sinki dia kan macam penuh kan. Kita nak guna. Tapi dia tak cuci. Tapi kita cuci lah sikit sebab dia so dia macam rasa lah, bagi cuci pinggan pula. Macam tu lah. Ambil hati.
Betul. Mungkin
Cuci pinggan kan sensitif. Selalu orang cakap letak je. Tapi kalau basah orang suka kan. Macam tapi dia tak adalah pinggan penuh, tapi macam setakat 2-3 cawan dia dengan pinggan, so macam kita cuci je lah sebab kita nak guna sink kita, tapi dia rasa macam baiknya dah bersih pinggan Haci macam tu.
Pandai
lah, macam bukan setakat buat kerja balik tapi sembang-sembang buat benda ekstra sikit lah daripada orang lain.
Madia nak cakap, Madia nak cakap something? Mana Madia nak cakap apa-apa ke? Mana Madia? Angka nampak tak? Angka betul nampak. Tak apa. Nanti Madia cakap. Okay? Alright, betul? Nampak? There's a few example yang dalam life kita sebenarnya benda-benda kecil kita buat bermakna untuk diri kita dan juga untuk orang lain. Alright. Okay.
Zam,
Ya.
I want to give a tip about spirit ni.
Okay, boleh pakcik.
Very useful tip. Kan ada management said about character kan.
Betul?
And dia kata apa yang seorang tu fikir dia akan cakap. And
Betul?
apa yang dia cakap akan buat. Apa yang buat selalu akan jadi karakter.
Betul.
Dan karakter ni our destiny lah.
Yeah.
Kan? Okay. Tapi ada satu lagi, ada dalam satu buku ni, dia tanya, before the thought tu ada satu problem dia kata. I got the problem on thought.
I see.
Atas lagi. Kan? And how to control the thought, how to manage the thought. Kan? Jadi ada satu doktor ni, dia buat PhD on this.
Okay.
I got the book. Dia kata we have to manage the emotion.
Betul?
Manage the emotion. Jadi dalam manage emotion ni, saya nak cerita lah yang non Muslim. Lepas tu bila check balik, dia sesangat betul dengan Islam. Maksudnya yang kata bangunlah awal pagi.
Betul?
And bangunlah awal pagi tu. Kan? Jadi awal pagi ni ada dalam hadis tentang sepertiga malam terakhir. Mana masa tu Allah SWT turun ke langit bawah untuk melihat hamba-hamba dia berdoa. Kan? Okay. Relate dengan cerita tadi, that spirit tu kita doa, mana actually we manage our emotion. Start daily managing the emotion.
Betul?
Kan? Maknanya kita dengan doa, dengan bersyukur, dengan minta Allah tolong, dengan visioning kita kan, dengan visualization kita tu, actually we set that daily emotion, that day emotion. Yang akan correct our daily punya ni. Kan? Contohlah, kita nak pergi meeting pukul 10 kan.
Betul?
Kan? Jadi kita kata bangun 6.30. Dengan gocoh-gocoh dengan ni, lepas tu nak hantar anak, dengan nak prepare husband punya ni sampai. Jadi kita tak emotional, kita tak sempat nak settle down.
Betul?
Kan? Jadi di sepetua yang mana the first day bangun awal and minimum 2 rakaat tahajud, 3 rakaat witir. Mohon doa, setting your good emotion that day. InsyaAllah lepas tu the next tu dia akan insyaAllah lah harmonize lah. Allah alam.
Terima kasih pakcik, betul. The early bird will get the worms, betul. So betul, pagi tu macam benda boleh buat kalau you wake up in the morning. How lazy you are, you wake up, there's so many other things you can do. You study well, you do things well, you prepare well, you mentally well in early morning. Okay? Alright, terima kasih pakcik. I think I'm going into tips for achieving your daily private victory. Schedule it. This is a big rock and deserve your best attention. You are more likely to do something if you schedule it. Ingat. It's very important. Kita kena plan. Dan doing plan ni adalah satu perkara yang sangat-sangat kita susah nak spend time. Dan kita kena spend time supaya kita nampak the plan and the visualization of the plan. That's why we need the schedule. Start small. Take on something you enjoy. Something motivating or that you are curious about. Contoh macam Angah. Dia start dengan tanam pokok tu daripada biji. Tak ada biji pun ada pokok kan. Start from small. So benda tu hari-hari tengok dia. Lepas tu dia layu sikit, kita dapat asal dia dah start warna kuning ni. So you see all these small things happening. So what you need to do? You do things that you enjoy. You learn. You have inspiration, aspiration. Macam orang yang masak, macam Kak Isha. Dia suka dendeng. So dia buat dendeng tu. Dia buat sikit-sikit, try.
Dendeng kan laksa.
Laksa tu dia tak bagi orang lain rasa lagi, saya tak boleh nak kata lah. So kita cetak tu.
Trending sedap.
Yang tu ada sebelah kena kata kat dia lah. Laksa tu saya rasa sedap lah. Saya tak tahu orang lain. Dia tak bagi rasa lagi.
Kalau dengan laksa boleh. Zam.
Ya?
Kalau dengan laksa boleh macam mana?
Sebab yang ni laksa ni dia ikut laksa mak saya buat. Jadi memang kena. Dia betul-betul ikut cara dia. Cara mak saya. So saya kata sedap lah.
Utara sedap tu.
Dia laksa saya kata ni laksa Kak Risha buat ni laksa Kedah. Laksa Kedah maksudnya dia bukan macam laksa Penang yang isi dia tak hancur. Dia bukan macam laksa ikan seko yang macam dekat Kuala Kedah. Tapi laksa dekat tengah-tengah ni Sungai Petani, Kulim semua ni laksa dia memang isi ikan tu memang hancur, dia jadi kuah. Tapi dia tak pekat sampai tak ada kuah lah. Dia jadi kuah pekat. Ikan tu adalah the base of kuah dia.
Panda boleh sampai kot, Zam.
Apa dia?
Panda boleh sampai kot.
Panda, tu kena bincang kata pada pakcik. Yang tu saya tak boleh nak bincang. Dia ikut dia. Boleh kita buat bincang nanti insya-Allah. Kita hantar sampel nanti, sorry gurau.
Tester.
Kita hantar kat Along dulu lah, Along dekat.
Okay, kalau frozen nanti bagi abang.
Okay, alright. Next is actually stay motivated by success. Continue any activity you are already doing well and enjoy. Okay. Kadang-kadang success ni is very subjective. How Abang Azam define success? For example, like my hobby, doing book review and post it in Facebook. Abang Azam ni tak sure where does it hit in terms of doing that. But I do it because what I think actually, Alhamdulillah, now I started to have my own archive. I archive it in my Facebook. I know my Facebook tu, okay lah, kita tengok ni, I may express your feeling. But I felt that, why not I do that. Tapi, what I realize is after I do that, I gain some traction of orang baca dan orang komen. For me, that is a small success that make me continue to do the book review and put it in Facebook. So, I feel enjoyable, happy doing that. And I think Alhamdulillah, there's a lot of positive traction out of that. So, I think for everybody of us, contoh macam Mu'in kata, dia pun ada motivation dia, benda yang dia suka buat. Dan kenapa mesti dia buat tu mesti, adakah apa dia buat tu ada kind of success dia rasa dia, I'm achieving it. The comments, the response. So, keep on doing that. Macam, balik pada Angah lah. Ini cerita Angah banyak. Angah tanam pokok tu nampak hijau, cantik semua kan. So, Angah mesti, jadilah, tu dah sukses lah. So, do that. Ni macam Mardiah dengan Nafisa. Dia orang pun start start small. Dia dah tengok video ni. So maybe dia seronok, dia kata Uncle Mutu ada lah, dia cakap nama kita lah. Okay, that's a success for them. So betul tak Mardiah? Uncle Mutu, betul tak? Betul. Tengok, we have to do things that we feel enjoy. You know, macam Mardiah Nafisa, they want to be part of this session. I mean, I don't think Mu'in dengan Tita paksa dia orang, betul tak? So they are gathered together because you see, dapat minggu ni, dah banyak minggu. Si Uncle Butu cakap macam sonok je, okay dengar lah. Sonok juga, okay. Mungkin lah, tapi kena tanya dia lah, tengok dia senyum. Okay. So do things that motivated you. You feel successful with that. Okay? Adjust often. Be flexible. Life is constantly changing and so will your interest, motivation and time. Rotate new activities as often as you need to. Okay. Ini memang problem Abang Azam selalu. Abang Azam suka do things, buat banyak benda, lepas tu tukar banyak benda. Contoh, Abang Azam suka kumpul buku lah, jam lah, macam-macam benda lah. Kumpul CD lah, dengar muzik lah, pergi belajar lah. Sometimes Abang Azam memang just buat benda yang Abang Azam macam currently this is my interest. Okay, I do this. Macam sekarang ni buat YouTube content, buat. Lepas tengah semangat ni, buat. Lepas ni kalau dah tak semangat, stop lah. Buat benda lain pula kan. So be flexible kan. Alur pun dah gelap. Boleh jadi tu. So this is how you actually make your interest, make your life colourful. And you renew your daily private victory. Okay, get a buddy. Plan your renewal activities with a friend and hold each other accountable. So normally kalau dalam family ni, husband and wife lah. Kalau dia buat tu dia memang dia jom kita buat as a family macam Kak Isha dia lari. Dia ajak Abazar sekali lari. Abazar pun lari. Dia pergi hiking, dia ajak Abazar pun ikut. So we renew our activities. We do things from time to time kan. Okay. Okay, last but not least, ask for help. It's okay to want or need support when making changes in your life. Ini normal. This is where you learn that the interdependence is also important. Do not be silo alone. If you notice, antara berita-berita yang Abazar masa tak berapa gemar, ada cerita tentang orang membunuh diri. Why people are, killing themselves? Lompat bangunan, stress semua tu. Because I do believe that, it's very important kita bersama. We are as a family, we have to interdependent each other. Talk to each other. You need help, you ask. That's normal. Jangan malu, jangan segan. Macam Abazar dengan Along dengan Fadli, macam-macam benda Abazar minta. And then they are very responsive. And they also feedback back Abazar. Okay Abazar, I think Abazar kena buat macam ni. I need your help to do this, ni. So we do with each other. We respond to each other, which is actually very important to support and do changes in our life. Alright. That is all for part 4, habit 7, sharpen the saw. Maybe I open the floor to all. Maybe ada yang nak share your opinion ke, pandangan ke. Wasil, maybe you want to say something, after going through all this session. What is your opinion? How do you feel? Does it make sense for you so far, Wasil?
Yeah, everything seems make sense. Relatable.
Yeah. How do you relate yourself? I mean, I think when you hear this for like a few weeks, right? I mean, in your life, I mean, I presume that whatever you hear from this session, maybe you have done it, you have have it with you. But how do you feel after you listen to all this? How does it, hey, it makes sense to me. Oh no, this theoretical has been in me for a very long time. It's just that now I'm listening it again. How do you feel after these few weeks?
I kind of feel like macam bila dengar ni, dia rasa macam untuk continue benda yang dah memang bagus. Dan yelah, so macam benda yang kita tahu mana yang better, mana yang kurang better. So macam yang the best yang kita rasa based on dengar ni, kita teruskan. So yang mana boleh improve, kita boleh improve. Itulah.
Good. And I hope Wasil, I think dia macam ni. Abazar semalam I went to a session of my friend, my batchmate. Dia formerly student dekat MIT. He was doing a session untuk student budak-budak sekolah, I mean to MCAK student. He started off with this. To be in MIT, you have to be proactive. Whatever I'm going to be telling you now, if you are already doing it, you don't need to listen to me anymore. But what you need to understand is, dia kata, is whatever you do, please make sure that you continue to be proactive for a longer period of time. Because in our life, you will notice that you will have ups and downs. But then again, when you be proactive, you actually never plan to be in whatever position that you are. But then again, you will always discover yourself in a new way and also in a new chapter or in a new interest. So I think Wasil, Abazar Masa, I think as you mentioned just now, I think what you felt is actually, yes, I have done it. And it's all about doing the right thing for a longer period of time, which is Abazam fully agree with you, and Abazam rasa you have to, maintain or enriching your good attitude, and probably I think this is also about expanding this thing to a greater people, a greater audience. You don't force to other people, but actually, well, you send it to a good vibes to everybody. That's my opinion to you, Wasil. What do you think?
I also agree with that. And maybe I just want to add a little bit lah. It's like maybe at certain times, sebab life is ever changing, right? So
Right.
so our success every day might be different. Certain maybe our success is based on our main goal. It's all on the right track. But sometimes our problems happen, and when the problems happen, we cannot change it, but just to deal with the problem. So sometimes every step that we take to solve the problem that happen in our life, step by step tu pun dikira like a success juga.
Betul?
Even though it's small, but actually we are every time we take our action in overcoming that problem, that is also a success, even though the problem might distort us from the main success that we have decided long ago.
Well said, Wasil. Well said. Thank you very much. I think you have expressed much better than me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Nisa, Nisa, you have been, I think, listening to us, dengar Abazam bercakap macam-macam kan. Okay, Nisa, how do you feel after going through these few weeks?
Assalamualaikum.
Salam.
These few weeks dengar Abang cakap dan semua sharing, rasa inspired lah. Sebab rasa banyak lagi yang walaupun umur dah nak 40 tapi rasa terkebelakang berbanding dengan Abang Azam, Along, Abang semua kan. InsyaAllah lah kita akan cubalah baiki diri untuk masa akan datang sebelum 40 ni.
Tapi Nisa, terima kasih Nisa. I think that's a good response because Nisa, yang paling penting adalah Abang Azam rasa sebenarnya kita boleh bersama sebenarnya. Kita kadang-kadang kita rasa untuk banyak benda kita tak cukup, betul. Tetapi Abang Azam rasa macam Nisa, I think you also have quality that you might able to share with us. Because sometimes I think it's not about only a person improving itself, it's about improving together, betul. Ni macam Fali kata, kita pun semua kena improve. Abang Azam pun kena improve. Jangan cakap kata Abang Azam as a speaker ni, wah, perfect lah hidup dia. No, we are together. We are in this together so that we as a family, we achieve the best of everybody. Or everybody will achieve their orang kata, the greatest ability that they can go for in whatever field they are. Betul Nisa? Betul, Abang Azam agree. Thank you very much. Mungkin Nisa nak tambah lagi apa-apa ke?
Tak ada.
Kaiza,
Yeah.
the example I want to tell all this generation, you started is 100 kilometer in front of me. Pak Cik started lagi belakang. You get what I mean? During my time, kalau nak compare you are when or where you are started, sudah jauh sangat berbezanya. Maknanya you have more opportunities and more well, and it's a conducive environment and well-off family and all those lah. And Pak Cik start dulu kira maknanya bila duduk bincang dengan Pak Cik, ini rahmat Allah je lah yang boleh bawa kita sini. Takat usaha kami ni Allah. Masa tu kalau nak cerita sedih kan, your mother bagi buah kan, sebiji tu kami makan 3-4 orang. That time kan, your mother know about that kan. Jadi alhamdulillah lah kan. Jadi kita kita insyaAllah we can be better than this lah insyaAllah.
InsyaAllah Cik. InsyaAllah.
Rita, nak tambah apa lagi ataupun nak respon pada pakcik ke?
Okey dah, okey dah. Alhamdulillah.
Okay. Alright. Okay. We actually have completed our journey of the 7 habits of highly effective people. These are some more videos that I will share later on in the slideshow, in the slides in the email. Before we go to closing to this matter, I would like to share this quote to all of you. Khairun nas anfa'ahu linnas. Sebaik-baik manusia adalah yang memberi manfaat kepada orang lain. Why I choose this particular quote is because I think we as a family, I think we have all these qualities ataupun kelebihan yang we can benefit to the greater audience of human beings. Maksudnya rahmatan lil alamin boleh dicapai dalam keluarga kita secara kecil ataupun secara besar. So bagi Abazam berterima kasih banyak-banyak kesudian untuk semua memberi ruang kepada Abazam untuk berkongsi menjadi moderator untuk sesi kita selama 4 minggu yang tak seberapa yang Abazam cuba lakukan bersama dengan Pakcik Zubir, Along, Fadli dan Kak Risha. So I hand over this session to Along. Probably Abazam probably partial closing because I have another closing after your partial closing. I hand over this session to Along for now.
Okay, nak tambah sikit lah gitu. Kalau dah kita dah nak habis kan. It's
Sila,
about the book.
Sila bang.
About the book ni maksudnya maknanya buku ni tersangat bermakna lah. Jadi tidak bermaksud kita kata habis ni habis. Ini kita buat ni bagi saya mungkin dalam 30% saja.
Betul.
Kan? Sebab apa kena go word by word? Sebab apa dalam pendetilan tu banyak benda-benda yang dia menjelaskan dengan contoh kan, ataupun dengan dia punya penekanan kan. Jadi benda tu kita tak sempat dengan masa ni, kita tak sempat go through detail. Sebagai contohnya buku ni sudah 30 tahun kan. Yang original itu pun tak tahu kat mana siapa pinjam, beli baru. Maksudnya benda tu bukan baru lah, tetapi dia still relevant. And dia still relevant kerana he's putting about the principle of life, principle of every success people, principle of they call the civilized people, civilized nation. Mana tamadun manusia tu dia ada komponen-komponen tersebut. And tamadun yang berlaku ni dia ada komponen-komponen tersebut. Dan insya-Allah lah maknanya I think macam kata lah, kalau orang start bedah buku, maksudnya ini heavy tetapi sesangat mana kita tak sempat. Maknanya maksud saya, maknanya 30 tahun lagi you boleh pakai buku tu dah. Kan 50 tahun ni, jadi balut elok-elok simpan and kalau orang nak pinjam pun okey beli barulah hadiah, simpan buku tu.
Betul.
Pasal tersangat bermakna dan boleh bila ada apa-apa ni check. Jadi kita tahulah nak tengok topik win-win, nak tengok topik synergize kan. Sebab kita ada 3 fasa yang tersangat penting, iaitu fasa pertama kita dependent. Kita bergantung kepada orang lain, dengan ibu bapa, dengan apa-apalah, dengan suami ke kan, ataupun kalau suami dengan isteri ke kan, itu pangkat yang kita dependent. Pangkat kedua ni ialah independent. Mana kita boleh buat sendiri. Kan? Independent is very good. But dia adalah negative side. Maksud negative side tu kita too independent, kita tak perlu orang lain. Kan? Dia ada satu stage kita begitu. And the another stage yang paling top ni adalah interdependent. Maksudnya yang independent kita tu, we can work with others. And we can share with others. We can synergize. We can combine strength, and we can do many things. And we can exercise our leadership. Dia banyaklah tentang interdependent. Dan banyak orang tak boleh buat interdependent ni.
Betul.
Banyak orang tak boleh buat interdependent. Sebab apa? Dia melibatkan ego, melibatkan communication, melibatkan salah faham, melibatkan merajuk, melibatkan kadang geram, kan, melibatkan kesabaran, kan, melibatkan personality complex. Lain-lain personality, seolah macam kita dalam family kan. Kita bukan kata tak suka, tapi tak boleh pi. Dengan seorang kan, kita rasa macam tapi tak ada masalah apa kan. Tapi bila tak boleh pi itulah yang kita tak boleh buat benda tu. Kan? Dia clash kan. Kadang-kadang kita jumpa seorang tu dia macam tak boleh pi je. Kadang-kadang karakter je. Bila duduk tanya sembang okey. Jadi kita nak tahu karakter-karakter dan personality ni untuk kita boleh buat interdependent. Bila kita boleh buat interdependent ni, we can do wonders.
Betul.
We can do interdependent level. InsyaAllah we can do wonders. Jadi itulah Pak Cik punya conclusion about the book. Dan jaga elok, simpan elok, kan, dan dia boleh manfaat sampai anak cucu esok, insyaAllah. Terima kasih.
Halo.
Terima kasih semua. Ada pun tak ada apa sangat dah. Pak Zubir, thank you sebab bagi idea untuk bedah buku ni. Dan kita pun kalau tak pun untuk baca tak baca je kan. Orang certain people je yang baca. Tapi bila Abang Zam dah share, semua dah buat diskusi ni, lebih faham lah dan kita boleh tengok apa setiap habit tu dia punya take away, key point je. Betul lah dia tengok juga dekat internet kan. Apa 7 habit ni dia umpamakan macam pokok. Macam kalau habit 1, habit 2 ni habit 3 sikit lah kan. Be proactive, begin with the end in mind, put first thing first. Dia tu akar. So foundation tu kalau kuat, kita boleh grow lagi. So kan Team Win-Win jadi batang pokok, then cabang atas pokok tu habit 5, 6. First to understand, then to be understood. Ingat tak Ain ada kupas kan, macam mana dia handle kakak dia macam ni perangai. Macam ni lah dia react kan. Then jadi akar rimbun, pokok daun-daun. Mungkin atau lah kan kalau Long salah agak nak kupas. Synergize dengan Sharpen the saw. Sharpen the saw ni atas, top sekali kan. Synergize macam rimbun-rimbun pokok tu, mungkin dia boleh cakap 1 plus 1 apa saya cakap tadi equal to 100, equal to 1000. So tengoklah apa kepakaran masing-masing dia bergabung yang boleh menjadikan manpower yang kuat. So then Sharpen the saw tu kalau tengok framework yang Abang Azam show mulia tu, dia adalah berlingkar bulatan kan dengan dependence dalam private victory, lepas tu public victory, interdependence kat atas lah, independent kat tengah-tengah. Sharpen the saw tu dia framework yang keliling tu bang. Mungkin tips yang Abang Azam cakap tadi tu lah, macam mana kita nak macam mana kita nak achieve daily private victory tu, boleh amalkan 6 tips tadi tu kan. So bagi Along sangat menarik kupasan ni. Terima kasih Abang Azam, Cik Zubir, Mak Ni, semua senior-senior Otai dan Abang Muin, Kak Fita, Angah, Kak Nisa dengar kan. Ayah Ain, Wasil, Mak Ni, Ayah semua yang tak ada hari ni pun terima kasih sebab menjayakan session kita. Alhamdulillah, berjaya juga kan. Kalau tak mula tak tahulah boleh cungkil potensi. Ada moderator tetap, ada pengupas, ada semualah yang akan bagi kita idea dan point-point tambahan. So thank you so much. InsyaAllah semoga inisiatif Family Wandara kita ni kita akan teruskan lagi. Jika you ada idea apa-apa pun boleh bagi tahu kita orang. InsyaAllah sama-sama kita gerakkan komiti ni. Tak usah kau komiti dah kan. Boleh, tak ada pun siapa komiti siapa, tapi siapa boleh join je. Kita ni kira penggerak dulu lah. InsyaAllah tak ada apa-apa je Mazam. Kita semat je Mazam boleh teruskan lah.
Okay, terima kasih Along. Sebenarnya Abang Pasan ada yang tengok live view juga dekat FB. So terima kasih kepada yang live view dekat FB. So sebenarnya secara peribadi sebelum Abang nak tutup semua ni, it's a great experience. Abang pun tak pernah buat benda ni. Mungkin ada yang tanya, Abang dah biasa kot buat benda ni. Tak. This is my first ever membelah buku secara mendalam macam ni. Presenting it, telling it. It's all about, Abang sebenarnya lebih kepada sharing my experience also. Apa Abang dah lalui in my life, in my career life, working life, real life. So I think I put inside here berkongsi sebenarnya. Lebih kepada itu. Dan Abang rasa terima kasih kepada semua yang participate, whether you are in the Facebook ke, dekat sini ke, rasanya banyak yang kita boleh nampak cungkil. Okay. Sebelum tu Abang would like to show you this picture. Nama this guy is Eliud Kipchoge, daripada Kenya. Umur dia tahun ni dalam 36 tahun. 2 tahun lepas, dia adalah manusia pertama yang berlari 42 km di bawah 2 jam. Kenapa Abang Azam nak letak gambar ni? Sebenarnya sekarang ni dia orang tengah buat filem pasal dia. The title of the film is The Last Milestone. What Kipchoge say at the beginning of this movie adalah marathon is life. I take that quote, I put a comma, I say life is a marathon. Kenapa Abang cakap itu? Eliud Kipchoge ni bagi Abang Azam as a runner, dia adalah epitome of a person that have a very long end in mind. He did a lot of private victory, but he did a lot of public victory by actually sebenarnya betul, he's the first human being achieve below 2 hours in 42 kilometers. Tetapi if you type Eliud Kipchoge training dalam YouTube, you will find that sebenarnya Eliud Kipchoge ni telah melakar kejayaan daripada umur dia 18 tahun sampailah sekarang, dan dia keep on becoming the world record holder for multiple event, cross country, 8,000, 10,000 sampailah full marathon. Tetapi walaupun dia mencapai kejayaan dia macam tu, dia ada keluarga, dia ada rumah cantik, dia jutawan, dia millionaire. Dia hidup sebenarnya bersama dengan pelari-pelari Kenya yang lain dalam rumah yang sama, lari bersama, makan bersama, kemas rumah sama-sama, masak sama-sama, bercucuk tanam sama-sama di Kenya. What does it mean? For him, the 7 habits of highly effective people been instilled to him since young age, daripada kecil. He would never say that he do it alone. You would never find in any interviews, what kind of interview dia kata dia hidup, dia seorang je. Dia kata, I live with a bunch of people having the same goal to achieve in the life. Although everybody focus to him, but he will never ever let anybody else not be part of that winning. Maksudnya, orang yang duduk dengan dia pun majority adalah world champion in the making. And orang ni semua keluar. And for that, I end my session with thank you very much. As mentioned by Along, this is not the last part of our journey. This is only the beginning for another journey. It might be the last milestone that we achieve for this book, but this is actually the beginning of another milestone in other matters in our family, insyaAllah. Dengan ini saya akhiri dengan tasbih kifarah dan surah Wal-As. Subhanallah wa bihamdika asyhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wal-'asr innal insana lafi khusr. Dengan ini assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan
Tak.
kita
Ni jap. Azhar tak ada leak sikit ke apa next ni? Bagilah sikit. The leak for the next.
Mazam, bocor sikit Mazam. Boleh kot?
okey.
Bagilah tak ni pun bagi dia punya apa tayangan apa ni dia punya trailer apa dia punya kalau sebelum wayang tu.
Sneak peek.
Okay. For that, I will stop share. In order to do that, before I leak anything, jom kita ambil gambar dulu. Okay. Kita buka video semua dulu. Okay, yang mana ada background tu, kalau nak ramai boleh buang background. Mungkin okay. Ready? Ada tak buka video lagi? Ni baru Wasil betul. Yang tadi tu tak kena lah Wasil.
The baby Yasin.
Alamak. Muhammad. Okay. Right. 1, 2, 3. Satu lagi. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Alright. Sekejap kita stop dulu live stream.
Aina.
Nampak tak? Dia nampak tak? Okay. Alright. Sebenarnya for the next kita dah ada plan. And I think Along maybe boleh flash tak?
Boleh Abang Azam nak rekod juga. Apa je rekod tu tak apa.
Abang Azam akan stop recording kejap.